Hello, everyone. Welcome to this live stream. Uh, the title you must have noticed Tidbits, Unscripted, Unedited. Now, why have I started this? Because very often we have some ideas, and if we don't jot them down or if we don't record them in some way, then we forget. So, what I have decided is I'm going to go live. And normally, when I make videos for my Fluentlingua channel, then I have to edit them and I have to spend a lot of time creating material. I prepare some script also, then I rehearse a couple of times, then I record and edit, and that takes a lot of time. But here, this will be live, unscripted, unedited. So, whatever I like, I'll share anything. The topic can be anything under the sun, or even beyond that. And usually, in podcasts, people keep speaking on any topic, but I don't want to do like that. I want to do it in a little bit more systematic way. So, to begin with, I'm using this book, one of my favorite books. It is Quotations for Our Time, written by Dr. Lawrence Peter. You might have heard the book titled The Peter Principle, right? So what I've done is I have read the whole book, not in one day. It has taken me probably 2 years because I read some part and then I do my routine work and then again I read some part. So while reading, I have marked certain very interesting and useful sentences, and I'm going to share some of them with you. They may be in some random sequence, but they are very, very interesting. And sometimes, a small sentence can trigger a chain of thoughts, and your way of thinking will change. That might help you uh, in your professional development or personal development. So you can go personally or professionally using such ideas. Sometimes an idea can change your life. So let me share. For example, recently I read somewhere, to err is human. Everyone knows that, right? To err is human. But if you use the eraser to erase, and if your eraser wears out before your pencil, then it is not a good idea. That means if you make so many mistakes and you have to keep removing the errors again and again, again and again, and your eraser wears out before your pencil wears out. So that's not the way we have to live, right? You cannot make so many mistakes. To err is human, it's okay. So every quotation we have to take with a pinch of salt, right? We have to think critically before accepting whatever anyone says. Even what I say, don't accept it at face value. Think about your situation. Another quotation which I shared a couple of probably yesterday on my personal YouTube channel, that was about faith. So the quotation goes like this: I respect faith. I respect faith. But it is the doubt that gets you a real education. So sometimes you cannot accept everything. You cannot accept everything at face value. Sometimes you have to doubt the authenticity. You need to check in the various authentic materials whether whatever somebody is saying or showing is true or not. So I respect faith, that's okay. But still, it is the doubt that gets you a real education. So that was a very good quotation. So I hope it is enough blah 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 for the introduction. I'm going to make it regular. This tidbits, unscripted, unedited, live. So for the first, say, quote from this book, and it is not that I'm going to use this book all the time. Sometimes I will just speak whatever good thoughts I've heard or read, or somebody has shared it with me. So this one now is do what you can with what you have where you are. I'll repeat. This is by Theodore Roosevelt. Do what you can with what you have where you are. Now, this is extremely useful for today's generation, because people, youngsters basically these days, they have a habit of complaining. They keep saying that they do not have proper environment or proper facilities. They weren't taught properly at school, and government is not doing enough for them. My community doesn't support me enough. So they have all kinds of excuses. So for them, in another words, if I have to say, I can say bloom where you are planted. For example, if there is a plant, a flower plant, then it will not say, I don't like this land, this is not proper earth for me, so I will not grow here. No, bloom where you are planted. So that is the message probably given here, in a quotation by Theodore Roosevelt. Do what you can with what you have where you are. Right? Very interesting. Another from Stephen Leacock. It may be those who do most dream most. It may be those who do most dream most. Sometimes people say that you have to dream big and then you achieve big. That's okay. But ultimately, dreaming alone is not enough. You have to do a lot. And when you do a lot, then only actual things will happen. Otherwise, dreaming will just remain a dream, right? So, for results, you have to do, take action, right? Now, I hope you find it interesting. These are bits and pieces of wisdom. And you must have noticed that they are very short sentences. That's why we say brevity is the soul of wit. Brevity, that is briefness, is the soul of wit. So if you have wisdom, if you are intelligent, then you can convey your message in brief. Another good one, native ability without education is like a tree without fruit. So you may have some natural ability, your natural talent, that's fine. But if it is sharpened, honed, trained in a proper way, then probably it will give you rich dividends. So if there is a tree but it doesn't have a fruit, then what's the value? So if you have native ability, some inner strength, some natural talent, but if it is not, you know, cultivated properly, then it will not fetch good results. So native ability plus education, proper training, then you can expect excellent results. And absence makes the heart grow fonder. It's a very common one. Another is leadership is action, not position. Yeah, very true. Leadership is action. People follow or respect what you do rather than what you say, right? So a leader, a real leader, does things, takes action, and people will follow. Just having a good position is not enough. Think like a man of action, act like a man of thought. Right. Another, probably the last one for now. Advertising is the art of making whole lies out of half truths. Now it's a very harsh criticism, sarcasm on advertisement. So people generally, big companies, when they advertise, they are actually telling lies. You apply this cream and your skin will be fairer in 10 days or 1 month, like that. And you take this pill and this problem will be solved, right? So in advertisements, people lie. So they have half truths. That means the raw material is also half truth, and they convert them into whole lies. So it is. Somebody also said advertising is legalized lying. So don't believe everything that you hear or see in advertisements. Use your common sense, use your power, use your intelligence, and then take action. So I hope you like it. We'll meet again in the next episode of Tidbits, uh, unscripted, unedited, live. Thank you very much. I am Dharmendra Sheth, founder Fluentlingua Surat. Namaskar.